with a speech entitled 25, Watch Out. 25, Watch Out, Katerina Zarubina. Dear ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful lifetime when you are 25. Every day is full of colorful emotions, new interesting people, and magnificent experiences. And it looks like nothing can spoil your life enjoyment. Only looks like. Because Ukrainian reality is simplest to know that you are young, strong, and healthy enough. Yet, it believes you are ready to meet real life challenges. How do you think? What is the most ingenious life examination Ukrainian reality could prepare for you? Any ideas?
Digging potatoes.
Yeah, actually. Okay, I tell you. This is Jack. And I tell you even more. Jack, in tandem with the passport department. If I didn't come across the need to glue my face into the passport, I would never consider it as a challenge. Therefore, I truly hope my speech will be a valuable source of watch out the passport department and Jack would prepare for you. I must admit that Jack is a very special kind of Ukrainian bureaucracy, which is testing your stress resistance in a way up, down, up, 2 feet by 4 feet, and put it in your head. There is no way you can avoid doing business with this organization. That is why it is prescribed by Ukrainian law that at the age of 25, you are obliged to update your picture in the passport. You have a month to manage it since your birthday. Otherwise, you pay a fine from 20 to 50 hryvnias depending on how quickly you wake up after the deadline. On the 12th of November, my life clock struck 25. The 12th of December was the deadline for me to apply for an updated picture. And on 19th of January, I woke up to visit the passport department in my job. You know, guys, I've heard a lot of stories on the similar passport issue. And I even expected Jack would ask me to supply them with cleaners from the nearest flower shop, like it happened to my boss. So while approaching Jack on the 19th of January, I was praying to the heavens for a minimum penalty. And this very famous song was drilling my head all the way to Jack. You know the one, hoping for the best but expecting the worst. Are you going to drop the bomb or not? To my sincere amazement, the passport lady in Jack was very friendly and easygoing that day. Probably, she was very glad to find out that we had birthday at the same day. On the other hand, probably of the Vodokresha holiday on the 19th of January. Any of the reasons could influence her decision to release me for any penalty payment. And on 2nd of February, I could have been the luckiest owner of my easily updated passport, except a tiny but. A few days prior to happy hour, I received a pretty-looking message stating, immediately visit the passport department in your job. The picture was rejected to be glued into the passport. Please visit the district passport department as soon as possible. With every fiber of my being, I felt that was just the beginning of a long end. And the 2nd of February, I called the day of passport discovery. And in the district passport department, it was distinguished by the following. First, I found out that the passport lady in job provided me with incorrect working hours. Second, I was so naive to assume that I would be the first in a long queue of stairs waiting for the door to be opened after 40 minutes. Third, when I entered the hall, I was surprised to see a lot of people in queues already. Could you guess where all those people came from? I tell you, from the elevator carefully hidden in the corners. And finally, after being sent to numerous rooms like a ping-pong ball, I figured out that probably my passport was still in my zip. To tell that I was furious is to tell nothing in there. So, on the 11th of February, I managed to visit the passport lady and Jack again. And it turned out to be another lady. And all of a sudden, she started to express all her emotions on how she was calling, and never could reach me. And right away she asked, how I would prefer to get through the issue. fast and painless, or run it by myself. Silently, I gave her 20 grimaces with the hope to get my passport back at last in 2 weeks. And that was not the end. On the 5th of March, I could have been the luckiest owner of my hardly updated passport, except a tiny but. How do I even assume that the organization, consisting mostly of 50-year-old women, would work on the 5th of March, having 4 days of holidays in a row? Nonsense, but fact. And 12th of March was a really lucky day for me because I finally got my passport back. Dear friends, I hardly loved math at school. I was quite sure math laws are useless and inapplicable stuff in life. However, my passport adventure proved to me that at least the law of geometric series is working for me indeed. Just look, expiring your deadline for a month will definitely guarantee you the result in 2 months. So watch out when reaching your 25. On the other hand, if you wake up early in the morning at your 25th birthday and realize your life as boring existence with lack of adventures, relax. Miss all the red lines, and I promise your life will become a sparkling journey which is worth living. Thank you.